Hi guys, welcome back to my Learn With Me session. Today we are going to continue with the Document AI session, which in the last session I gave you the brief introduction of the Document AI, what are the prerequisites we should have, and what are the benefits out of it, how we are going to call from SAP. That brief explanation I have given. In today's session, effectively I was planning to break into 3 sessions. First session I gave you the brief introduction. Second session I'm going to focus on this portion, how I'm going to create a processor or a model to process a document which is specific to my case, okay, of my use case. The use case which I'm going to use it here is I'm going to process this invoice. So this is my document model. From this document I'm going to get this schema out of it. So invoice number I want to read, order number I want to read, invoice date I want to read, due date and due amount. A very simple use case we take. So I'm going to create a processor which I will train the processor to read this information from a document. Okay. So when you go back to this screen, so we are going to focus on this portion in this video. In the next video, we will see how we can call from SAP. Okay. So let us go back to my console. So as I told you, we need to have a GCP login, admin login, and I'm going to create a processor. So that steps 3 and 4 I'm going to do it now. Okay, now we'll go to my console screen. This is my GCP console where I have a privilege to create a Document AI. Okay, so how I will go there? I will go to Document AI. Okay, so you can go next. You can go to my processor, or you can create your own custom processor. So as I told you, I'm going to create a new processor which can scan my invoice documents or any similar kind of documents. Okay, now the step 1, we'll go to create custom processor. I'll click on that. So I will go to create processor, this one. So it will ask you my processor name. So I will give the name demo processor. Okay, I gave a name called demo processor, which is of a region United States. So this is the additional parameter for this. For this time, let us go with US only. Then I will get create. So now you are on a workbench. You are on a workbench now. So these 5 steps we have to do it to complete the demo processor. So that what my intention now is create a demo processor which can read a PDF document or image document, then read some information from that. That is my intention. Okay. So in the Document AI workbench process session in the Google console, we have 5 steps to be completed. First one is overview which we have just completed. What I gave is the processor name is a demo processor, and processor ID it is already created, which we have to note it down. This ID we will be using it in our SAP to give a reference of what is the processor which I am going to use. Okay, processor type is a custom extractor. Custom extractor is a predefined processor type which Google provides us, which we can use it in our processor. Suppose if you want to create your own processor type, then you have to do a lot of training to that model. Like you have to pass a lot of documents. You should that processor should know how to read things. So the fundamental things are already done. So I'm going to utilize the same processor type which Google already provides. Okay. And this is the data I created, and the encryption type is Google managed, and region is US. Okay, now I will go to get started. Okay, this is very important now. So you define the processor called demo processor. Now this demo processor should know what are all the data I should read from the document. Meaning I am going to create a schema, data schema that the processor can understand. So unless until the processor don't know the schema of data, it cannot read anything. So you have to tell the processor that you read this value, this value name is this value name is like this. It is exactly like you are training a person. Okay. Okay. Now we will go back to our document. This is my document. Okay. First of all, I should read the document invoice number. Okay, in my document the label is called as invoice number. So I will come back here. I will create a field. I will say invoice number. First of all, we should give the same name as it is in the label. I will tell you the reason. If that label is same name, then the processor can easily identify that label here. Otherwise you have to mention the location and everything, location of the value in the document. If you give the same name, it will easily identify it from the document. This is what it understood. Okay, so I give the same name, invoice number, and the data type is a plain text, and it is not multiple, it is a single. Then I created it. Okay, invoice number is done. Then what is the other value? Order number. Okay, I will go here, create order number. This is also plain text. I will say create. Then what is the other one? Invoice date, due date, total due. Invoice date, due date, and total due. I will give invoice date. So I can say this is a date time. Create. Another one is due date, date time, create. Another one is total due. This I will say it is of type money. Create. Okay, now you have completed the second step, that you define the processor, then you told the processor that these are all the schema of data I am going to read from the document. So now the processor will know what is the data it is asked to do it. Okay. Next step is build. Either you can go from this place or you can go from this place. I'll go from this place. Okay, this step is just creation of a version, nothing to do it here. So this will tell you this process is this processor is trained with how many documents. Like effectively we'll do it from the fourth step. We will keep on loading to the document. It will get trained by so many documents. Right now we did not load any document to this processor to train it. Okay, so the total documents labeled, unlabeled, this probably we can see these things in a separate video for specific to this processor creation. At this moment we will just see how to create a processor very simple way. Okay, now I already created a processor. I already told that schema, that is the data of what are the data I'm going to read it. I already built it. So now build and version number is also created. Automatically version number will be created. Okay, by default version will be created. If you want a new version, you can create a new version also. Now this is the fourth step, is very important, which I'm going to. Next step is evaluate and test it. Okay, now the processor is ready now that it has defined, and it will know what is the scope of data or a schema of data which it's going to read it. Okay, we are going to evaluate now. Evaluate means that we are going to test it now. How I will test it? I will upload the same document which I was showing in example. So upload a test document. Sample invoice document, I'm going to read it. It does the analysis. See, it automatically read it. Oh, how it read it? Because I gave the same label, order number, invoice date, I gave the same. So it's read from this place. It read from this place. You can see that. It read from this place. So invoice number, the first position, second position, order number, invoice date, due date, and total due. Okay. This is how it read it. So how we did it, we already give the schema schema label, so that label is synchronized with this document, so it automatically pull the value. Otherwise, how you can do is you can highlight this, and you can give that label name also. That we will see. I am planning to do it in a separate video, how to create a processor in detail. So in this session, let us have the scope only. Predefined label, which will be which is similar to that the same label in the document. It picks the value. Okay. Now I will go back. The evaluation is done. So the evaluation is successful for me. Okay. Now I will deploy it. Good. Now it deployed it. Okay. So these are all the 5 steps we did it. First one is the overview. The overview tell you the processor name, processor ID, and what type of processor it is. It's a custom extractor, which is a predefined model in the Google, which I'm going to use it the same. Then in the second step, we define the schema, or data labels. It will read. If it matches, exactly picks up. Otherwise, we have to specify the locations, the position of the value. Then version is built, evaluate and test it. We did it and deployed it. Okay, this is what we were trying to explain in this step. So what I did is I logged into GCP. I created the custom process. I created it, built it, evaluated it, and deployed it. Okay. Now I will go back here. I will note down this. Processor ID. This is important for me, which I will be utilizing in my. I will be utilizing in my SAP. Now I will go back here to the session now. So what we did is, we know what are the document we are going to use it. PDF document. They classified as a PDF document, and I created a custom processor. I created a custom processor which was trained to read some data from the document number, order number, due date, invoice date, and the invoice amount. And now the next video, I'm going to create a SAP script, SAP program, which will use this processor and pass the document to the console where the processor is already defined. So this processor ID will be connected to this processor, and based on the training, the processor, the schema of data which we trained, it will read from this document and your value will be back. That's all. So hope this session you will understand this portion. Okay, so I will reply back. So just for a so this fourth step we have completed. In the next session we will see this fifth step, how to write this ABAP code and call the Document AI API from that program. Okay, thank you so much.